So us real estate investor typically talk about the cyclical nature of the stock market, right? But today I'm gonna talk to you about the cyclical quadrants of real estate investing. What going on, you multifamily maniacs? I'm Shalon Hutchison. My friends in the multifamily space call me Hutch, the marine investor. The real estate market experienced critical pattern, and it can be broken down into four distinctive phases. It's important to understand key terms such as vacancy, construction rate, rental rate, absorption rate, recession, buyer's market, seller's market, so on and so forth, right? Vacancy is how many units in your apartments are not currently rented. Of course, they got some economical vacancy and physical vacancy, and that I will cover in a different presentation. Construction rate is the rate at which properties are being built in different MSAs or tertiary market. So rental rate is how much you can charge for a specific apartment based on the supply and demand. Absorption rate is the rate at which houses are occupied or purchased or rental units are rented after a construction is completed. Recession, we are all too familiar with recession, right? Of course, with a significant decline in our economy. The buyer's market is when the supply outweighs the demand, and the seller's market is when the demand is higher than the supply. So the first phase that I'm going to talk about is cycle in real estate is the recovery phase. The recovery phase is immediately following a recession. Crazy, right? So this phase is characterized as slowly rising prices, low absorption rate, few home construction, and a high vacancy rate. So recovery rates begins the buyer market and ends when the seller's market. So the second phase is the expansion. So now there's confidence in the economy and prices are starting to go up a little bit. So this is where the economy is growing, unemployment is low, and construction rate is high. There's an increased demand for home and also apartments. And prices rise, leading to a seller's market, right? So the third phase is the hyperinflation. This is where prices are plateaued, right? Beginning with a steady decline down to the recession phase. Right? So construction rates outpace demand, leading to lower absorption rates, increasing vacancy, and declining prices. This phase is difficult to predict and can be a sign of an upcoming recession. Look, if you are in new construction, this is one of those phases you want to understand if and when it's going to happen, right? Because the business plan for new construction is usually to construct the property and then to lease it up and sell it to an operator, right? The reason why you want to understand what market cycle the property is getting built in is because as a construction company, or if new development is your business model, it's important to understand what the absorption rates will be and your ability to rent these units at or close to the market value. Because as we know, the net operating income determines the value of the property. So now the final phase, which is phase 4, is recession. This is where there's a strong buyer's market and supply outweigh demand, leading to a decline in prices. Strategic investment during these recession leads to long-term success, but buying at an expectation to immediate renting is not advisable, right? So look, a lot of folks make a lot of speculation during recession, right? And sometimes we do not know how long recession is going to last, right? So it's really important that as you underwrite your property, you are very conservative in your underwriting. So there are 4 phases. Phase number 1 is recovery phase. Number 2, expansion. Phase number 3 is the hyper supply phase. And then phase number 4 is where we can see a recession. So if real estate is a vehicle that you want to use to get your time back, reach out to myself or Dr. Jones at Hutch or Heath at H Square Capital, or just visit hsquarecapital.com and download your operation manual so we can get your time back together. Until next time, I'm Hutch the Marine Investor, out.